Hi guys, and welcome to day 4 already. It's speeding by for me, not sure about you guys. So day 4 is all about balance practice and flowing. And if you're anything like me, you'll have days where balancing just seems really easy for you, and other days it's like you've never been able to stand up in your life. And if you're having one of those days today, know that it's fine. It's still good to try and do the balance, even if you're finding it hard to do it. So don't feel disheartened if you're struggling a little bit. Maybe grab onto a wall. It's always nice to hold on to walls nearby, or maybe use something that you can maybe hold on to. So it could be a sofa, it could be a chair. Make it work for you. This practice is for you, and you can adjust it as much as you need to do it today. So I do recommend practicing on hardwood floor or a mat if possible, or if you've only got carpet area nearby like I've got here to practice in, it's better to use shorter length carpet. I'm not sure what it is. Shorter pile carpet. Ooh, probably should have learnt what the carpet terms were there, but hey ho, you guys hopefully know what I mean, rather than the really cushioned carpet, as it's harder to balance into it because you can't grip as much to the ground. But it's still a challenge. It's always nice to try. So if that's all you've got, know that that is perfect for today. We can make do with it. It is okay. So today's practice is quite a few different styles of balancing, and you may find some are a little bit easier for you to do and others a bit challenging, but just notice where your body's at today. Each day our body might be different. As I said right at the beginning, there's days where it's super simple and other days where it's a bit harder to do. So that's enough of an intro for you guys. Balance, practice and flow. Get your mat out, get your drink if you need one, and let's go. Hi guys, so for this practice we're actually going to start standing, so make your way towards the top of your mat. Feet about mat width or hip width wide I should say, and spread those toes nice and wide. Now hands can be resting either side of the hips, maybe on the belly, one hand to the heart, your choice, what works for you. Shoulders back and down, maybe take a few rolls here if you need to feel good in those shoulders today. Slight micro bend in the knees, we're not locking them in place. And maybe we keep the eyes open and just find a focal point, a drishti, a gaze, which is so important for us in our balance. Or if you want to test the balance even more now, keep the eyes closed and just breathe. And notice how it feels just to stand here today. As we're arriving at our mat, ready to start our practice, we're just going to take about 5 lovely rounds of deep breathing here. So we're breathing in through the nose, filling up the balloon in our bellies and slowly releasing. And as we're breathing, noticing anything you're needing to be aware of in the body, maybe embracing any wobbles that are happening, feeling any sensations in your body. 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more. Lovely. And if the eyes are closed, let's slowly blink them open. Good. Okay, just take a few moments here to allow the hands to roll. So just drawing circles with the hands, warming up the wrists a little bit. Just breathing in, breathing out, maybe having a little bit of a sway side to side. So we're feeling the edges of our feet now. Or our feet. Plural is no S on the end of feet. Okay, when you're ready, coming all the way back to stillness, releasing the hands either side of those hips. We're just going to keep the left hand almost glued to the thigh here, and we're squeezing that right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch before slowly exhaling, leaning over towards the left, and the left hand will slide down the left thigh. I'm going to turn so you can see here. So we're just sliding down. And maybe we're looking up towards the ceiling here. Maybe we're looking straight ahead, or perhaps we're looking down at the ground. Now it completely depends on what feels nice for you as to where you look. Gonna take 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale when you're ready, all the way back up, and switch the arms over so the right hand comes glued to the thigh. We scoop the left hand up towards the ceiling and exhale, slide down the right leg with the right hand and scoop over to the right with the left. Good. Again, looking wherever you need to feel comfortable here, to feel a stretch in a way that feels nice. Maybe we play with a few different placements of the head. Maybe we find a bit of movement in the arms if it feels nice. If you want to stay still, that's fine. Just breathing in and breathing out. Good. Inhale all the way back up, nice and tall. Maybe have a bit of a shake out here. Good. Okay, from here, we're scooping the hands up overhead. Nice big stretch. Interlacing the fingers, turning the palms to the sky. Nice big stretch, tall. Good. As we exhale, slowly release them either side. And now we're interlacing the fingers behind our backs. Good. Shoulders are squeezing together as we're opening up the chest towards the front. Good. From here, we're bending into those knees and slowly folding forwards over those bent legs. And maybe even reaching the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch here. Breathing in, breathing out. Let the head be heavy. One more breath. Good. As we inhale, we're strong and powerfully peeling all the way back up. Head's the last thing to come up. And then release the hands, give them a shake out. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go through a little bit of a half sun salutation here. So scooping the arms back out to the sides again and then all the way up towards the ceiling, looking to the fingertips. As you exhale, we can either do prayer hands, so hands lowering down through heart center, or opening up the hands to the side of the room and swan diving to fold all the way forwards. Feel free to bend into the knees here. We're just going to gently sway side to side. Let the arms hang heavy, the head hang heavy. Beautiful breaths just flowing here, rocking side to side. How does it feel for you in your variation of ragdoll here? Nice. Coming all the way back to stillness when you're ready. And inhale, gently peel all the way back up and scoop the arms up overhead again. Look to the fingertips. And exhale, lower hands down through heart center. Release the hands either side. We're going to do that 2 more times. But this time, maybe we melt into it a bit more. So inhale, scoop hands up towards the ceiling. Perhaps we exhale, bring the arms into cactus arms, opening up the chest to the front and the arms to the side of the room. Perhaps we come into a little bit of a back bend as we look up to the ceiling or the sky. As you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest and slowly we allow the body to curl all the way down. Maybe this is systematic curling, folding forwards. Maybe we have a bit of a sway here again. Perhaps it's just in the legs and the hips here. Or maybe we sway with the whole upper body too. Whatever feels good here. One more breath. Okay, back to stillness and inhale gently. We peel all the way back up, shoulders back and down. Scoop the arms up overhead. Look to the fingertips. And exhale, lower down to heart center. Release either side of the hips. Last time. Inhale, scoop up. And maybe this time we really just melt into it. Lowering down however feels good for you. All the way down to the mat. Maybe here we walk the legs out a few times, rising up onto the tiptoes, stretching out the feet a little bit here in our forward fold. Maybe we're holding on to the legs here instead of the floor. Maybe we're coming back to swaying side to side. Your choice. What feels good here? Good. Slowly coming back towards center, back to stillness. Let the arms and head hang heavy and gently inhale. Peel all the way up to standing. Head is the last thing to come up. Shoulders roll back and down when you get to the top and palms turn towards the top of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Good. From here, we're going to warm up the feet a little bit more. So as we inhale, I'd like you to find a focal point in front of you. And preferably this isn't one that moves. We want something that helps us with our balance today. So as we inhale, we're rising up onto our tiptoes. And exhale, rocking back onto the heels and peeling the tiptoes to the sky. Breathe in, rising up onto tiptoes. Exhale, we rock back. Use the arms as much as you need to here to be able to balance. Nice. 2 more. 1 more round. Nice. Okay. This time we're inhaling and rising all the way up onto our tiptoes, finding that focal point in front of us, and again using your hands where you want to. I quite like taking my hands to heart center in prayer, but it might be nice to reach them straight out ahead. Your choice. As we exhale, we're bending into the knees and trying to stay on the tiptoes as we lower the bottom all the way down to the heels, coming to a crouching position. Good. Find your focal point. Keep focusing on it. And as we breathe in, staying on the tiptoes, we're powering all the way back up, nice and tall, to standing. We're doing that 2 more times. Find your focal point, your drishti. And exhale, bend into the knees, still on your tiptoes, lower down. Good. Inhale, we power all the way back up on our tiptoes. Last one. Exhale, we lower down. And if you're really struggling here, you're welcome to lower the heels down to the mat. It's okay. Good. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lower the heels down. Give yourself a little bit of a shake out, a bit of a stretch here. I'm just going to adjust my mat. It's a problem with the carpet. It doesn't let the mat stay nice and flush. So when we're ready, we're going to come into our sequence a little bit here. So feet about hip width wide here, or you can take the big toes touching and the heels slightly apart, creating a little bit of a triangle shape in your body. Completely depends on how your body is made as to what feels nice. So as we inhale, we're scooping hands up overhead, nice big stretch. And exhale, I'd like you to sit into an imaginary chair. Take hands to heart center in prayer. Good. From here, we inhale, twist to look over the left shoulder. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Pushing the palms together, we twist to look up towards the ceiling and hold here. Now just take a moment to look back towards the knees. If one is scooping far forwards, try to keep the knees in line with each other. Good. Keep breathing. Nice. Okay, so you have the option to come all the way back to center, back to standing here and step back. But if you want to test the body, we're slowly peeling that right heel up off the mat, rising up onto the tiptoes, and then seeing if we can lift the right toes up off the mat. Oh, wobbling today from me. So testing it out and slowly sending the foot towards the back of the mat, trying not to fall over like I nearly did. So embracing your body, noticing where it's at today. And if you're wobbly like me, know that that is fine. We all have our days where we're wobbly. So breathing in, breathing out. As you next inhale, come all the way back to center here with the torso. And then what we're going to do is step the back foot towards the top of the mat, coming to standing once more. Walk the legs out. Now we can keep hands in prayer where they are. And slowly the weight goes into the left foot as you peel the right knee towards the ceiling. Extend the right leg out in front of you. Good. As we exhale, take the right leg towards the back of the mat. Coming to our warrior three. We're parallel towards the ground beneath us. Good. We're coming all the way back. So find your focal point. Bring that right knee all the way out in front of you and extend the leg nice and long. And exhale, send it back. Good. Embrace those wobbles. Inhale one more time. All the way to the front. Exhale to the back. Make sure we're still breathing when we're there. Inhale, bring the knee all the way back to the front. And exhale, lower the foot to the mat. Walk it out. Good. Okay, if you're like me and you're really struggling with balance today, feel free to come off of the mat if you're there, or to hold on to a wall now if you need to. But we're going to take the weight into the left leg and come into tree pose. So the right foot can either be on the ankle, it can be on the calf, it can be on the inner thigh. But if you can, I'd like you to avoid putting it directly on the knee. This is just for safety precautions. If we do fall, we don't want to knock the knee out of place. Not very nice imagery, but it is what it is. So either the ankle, bringing the right foot to the calf, or holding it all the way on the inner thigh. Now, wherever you've chosen to go to or go to on the leg, I'd like you to imagine you're peeling open your hips like a book. That right knee opens towards the side of the room. So opening up. Hands wherever comfortable. It's nice to come to prayer here. So we're finding our focal point, which I just completely struggled to do. So finding somewhere that you can really gaze into, breathing in, breathing out. I've typically picked right down the camera lens, so hello everybody. So from here, you might find that you're happy staying where you are, or perhaps we inhale, scoop hands up overhead, nice and tall. Maybe even opening up the hands into a nice Y shape. Maybe allowing the fingertips to gently move, as if we have leaves on our fingertips blowing in the wind. Maybe they come all the way back to stillness. And meet back in center, overhead, and exhale, lower down through heart center in prayer. Hugging that right knee in towards the middle and slowly lowering down to the mat. Walk it out. If you're like me, you've got cramp in that left foot, so really give yourself a nice big stretch out. Lovely stuff. Okay, time to do the other side. So we're coming towards the top of the mat. We'll inhale, scoop hands up overhead. Feet are about hip width wide. And exhale, lower hands to heart center in prayer as we sit back in our imaginary chair. Good, breathe in. We scoop to look over the right shoulder. Make sure the knees don't drop forwards, the hips are staying in alignment. That left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Breathe in. We push the palms together to help us twist to look up towards the ceiling a bit more. Good. Making sure we're nice and grounded here. Maybe we come all the way back to center. So from here and just step back. Or maybe we keep twisting, looking up to the ceiling and slowly peel the left heel up off the mat. Maybe we can go a step further by peeling the foot up off the mat and step it towards the back, coming to a little lunge with a twist. As you inhale, torso comes all the way back to center, looking to the top. And then we're going to step forward, so the back foot comes all the way to the top of the mat. Good, stretching it out, walking it out. And it's time for our prayer hands. I'm lying, it's not, it's swing leg time. So hands back in prayer. From here, we're going to bring that left knee up towards the sky. Extend the left foot out in front of you and slowly exhale, send it to the back. So we're finding our focal point, our drishti, as we go through warrior 1, or warrior 3, sorry. And that left leg extended in front of us. Breathe in, it lifts out in front. Exhale behind. Good, one more round. Nice. Inhale, bring it out in front, and exhale, lower to the mat. Walk it out. Here, now it's time for tree pose. So get yourself set up. We're spreading the right toes nice and wide, and allow the left foot to go roughly where it was on the opposite leg. So if you went for ankle, go for ankle again. If you went for calf, go for calf again. Otherwise, bring it all the way to the inside of the thigh, opening up the hips to the side, the knee out to the edge of the room. Hands to heart center, and find your focal point again. Embrace any wobbles. If you need to come out of it and back in, that's fine. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe inhale, hands come up overhead again. Good. Maybe we open up the arms into a Y shape. Maybe leafy fingers again. Still breathing. Nice. Okay, when you're ready, hands come back up overhead. And exhale, lower down through heart center in prayer. Hug the knee in towards the front, and then exhale, lower down. Walk it out. Awesome, guys. So if you're like me, one leg's a little bit more easy to balance on today. That's fine. We do change every day. If you wobbled completely, fine. If you just aced that, go you. You're awesome. So when you're ready, towards the top of the mat we go. Feet about hip width wide, and really ground into the mat, bending into those knees a few times. As you inhale, scoop hands up overhead, look to the fingertips. Exhale, prayer hands, swan dive, folding forward. Walking the legs out as much as you need to here, just to feel comfortable for a few breaths. Good. Okay, from here, bending into the knees, take the hands to the mat. I want you to step the feet towards the back of the mat as if coming towards our plank, and then send the tailbone nice and high, coming to our downward facing dog. Walking the legs out a few times here, nice deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice. Okay, take the weight into the right foot as we slowly peel the left leg towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Maybe we keep a bent right knee. Maybe the heel peels up off the ground, that's fine. Exhale, lower that left foot to the mat and switch over so the weight goes into the left foot, the right foot peels to the sky. Again, maybe we're bent in that left knee. If you've never tried it with a bent knee, try it. It does feel different in the body. Good. Exhale, lower that right foot back down to the mat. Walk it out here, nice deep breaths. So just breathing in, breathing out. Good. Okay. Take a moment to find stillness. Inhale, bend into the knees, look towards the fingertip. And I'd like you to bring your right foot about halfway between where the foot is and where the hands are, if possible. Then what I'd like you to do is slowly try to peel the back foot up off the ground, as high as you can go. So maybe you can keep reaching up towards the ceiling until you come to standing splits, whatever that is for you today. Maybe it's really nice and low. Maybe it's halfway, or maybe you're really feeling it reaching up. Wherever it is, know that that is fine to be. As we exhale, bring that left knee in towards your nose and lower the foot to the mat. Walk it out here for a few breaths. Forward fold again. Beautiful. Okay, slowly send the left foot towards the back of the mat again. And then what we're going to do is take the weight into the left hand and slowly see if we can keep the right hand, slowly see if we can keep the left foot up off the mat and see if we can send the left hand towards the ceiling, opening up the chest to the left side of the room. Maybe from here we find a focal point and then slowly that right hand lifts up off the mat too. Good. When you're ready, exhale, lower both hands down to the mat and step both feet towards each other, come into forward fold again. Walk it out here as much as you need to. Nice deep breaths. Good. Okay, hands glued to the mat again. We step back to our plank once more and send the tailbone high, come into down dog again. Good, time for the other side. So we're going to keep the right foot at the back of the mat and bring that left foot halfway between the hands and the feet. This time we're peeling the back foot so the right foot up off the mat. Maybe it's just a little bit, maybe it's quite a lot. But whatever your splits are on this side, just do that today. So we're lifting the foot as high as we can behind us. One more breath. And exhale, bring the knee towards the chest, towards the nose, and lower the foot to the mat. Walk it out here as much as you need to feel comfortable today. Good, guys. Nice. Okay, one more breath. Come back to stillness. And we're stepping that right foot to the back of the mat again. Then what we're doing is taking the weight into the left hand this time and see if we can peel the back foot up off the mat a little bit. Maybe it's just barely up, and that's fine. We're lifting the right hand towards the ceiling, opening the chest to the right side of the room, and maybe finding a focal point to help us lift up off of the mat with the hand. Good. One more breath if you can. And exhale, lower back down to the mat with the hands. Lower the foot down to the mat to meet the other one, walking it out here. Good. Okay. Keep the head heavy here, hands resting. And as we next breathe in, we're slowly peeling all the way up to standing. Nice deep breath, shoulders back and down. Good. Okay, final pose of today, or final balance pose. We're going to come to dances, and I'm actually going to come off my mat here, so hopefully that won't affect the camera. So we're going to take the weight to start with into the right foot. So we're hugging the left foot in towards our bottom. Scooping around with the left hand and grabbing onto the foot wherever comfortable. And the right hand's going to reach up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breath. Nice. Okay. This might be where we stay, and that's fine. Otherwise, we're pushing the foot into the hand into the foot, and reaching it behind us. When we can't reach it behind us anymore, maybe we start lowering the torso to be more towards the ground, and that right arm reaches straight ahead. Dancer's pose. Good. One more breath. And as we next inhale, rising up nice and tall again, releasing the foot from the hand from the foot, walk it out. Nice. Other side. So weight's going to go into that left foot as we peel the right foot towards our bottom and reach around to grab onto the foot however you need to today. Good. As we inhale, we're scooping that left hand towards the ceiling, reaching up nice and tall first. Pushing the foot into hand to foot as it reaches behind you. And slowly exhale, lower down the torso so it's parallel to the mat. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, finding your focal point directly in front of you. It's almost like your hands are pointing towards it. Good. One more breath. And inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Release the hand from the foot from the hand. Shake it out. Nice. Okay. So we should be towards the top of our mats now. If you're not, just take a moment to come there. Taking the feet about mat width wide. Just adjusting the mat. It's moved throughout the practice. Mat width wide. Toes pointing towards the outer edges of the room, the corners of the mat. Hands to heart center in prayer. And as you exhale, I'd like you to slowly bend through the knees. And see if you can send your tailbone towards the ground and the elbows on the inside of those knees. It might look more like this, and that's fine. Just feeling that stretch today. Lowering the bottom as low as you can go, as low as is comfortable for you. One more breath. Good. Okay, when you're ready, release the fingertips towards the ground and then walk the hands behind you before you can lower the bottom onto the mat and bring the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide as we're coming to our Baddha Konasana. So, Baddha Konasana. Toes touching, the feet touching. We're holding on to the ankles, the arches of the feet, or the toes. We inhale, lift and lengthen. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend into the elbows and just allow yourself to fold forwards wherever you want to. Maybe it's just a slight bend in those elbows, bring them towards the thighs. Maybe it's folding as far as you can with a straight back as best as you can. Or perhaps we exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest, letting the head get heavy until we slowly roll all the way down towards the feet. Bring the arms wherever you need to get comfy here. Sometimes it's nice to take the hands and wrap them underneath those shins, reaching them towards the top of the mat and keeping the head heavy. Breathing in, breathing out. Just noticing how your breath is now, how your body is feeling. Good. Honouring your body for all the awesome work it just did. Embracing the wobbles, knowing that it's okay to not always be the best at each pose we can be. Sometimes we have days where we feel really good at it. And other days where we feel like we struggle a little bit, where it's a bit more challenging. And that is part of balance. We don't always have amazing highlights in our lives. Sometimes we have low points. And it's getting those highs and lows that help us to find the balance. So just know that it's part of the journey. And wherever you're at, however today's practice went, is absolutely perfect. Good. One more breath. And when you're ready, slowly inhale, peel yourself all the way back up to seated, beautifully tall. Take those knees together to touch. Give yourself a nice big hug and maybe rest the forehead on the knees. Good, one more breath. And when you're ready, inhale, slowly release those arms, coming all the way back up to seated. And then you have the choice to be upright today in a seated meditation, or perhaps walk yourself down onto your back if you would rather have your short shavasana here. Now you can take the legs nice and long like normal in our corpse pose, toes rolling towards the edges of the mat, palms up to the ceiling. Or if you'd rather, keep the feet planted into the mat, allowing the lower back to really connect to the ground today, that's okay. Or maybe the soles of the feet touch, knees nice and wide in our Supta Baddha Konasana. Or we bring the knees to touch and the feet about mat width wide. If there's somewhere else you want to be, that's perfect. Just go wherever feels nice for you today. Close the eyes. Soften the gaze. And let's bring our hands wherever's comfortable. Maybe it feels good to have them on the ground. Maybe you want to bring them to your belly, your hips, your heart. Closing the eyes. And taking a little while here just to notice how the breathing is now. Noticing any sensations in the body, any thoughts, any feelings, emotions. Not trying to find it, but just seeing if anything pops up and knowing that's okay. And then perhaps trying to bring our awareness completely to our breath. Filling up through the nose into a balloon in our bellies and slowly releasing. Maybe noticing the 3-part breath here. So breathing in through the nose, filling up the balloon in our bellies, feeling the rib cage expand to the sides of the room. And then the chest lifting. When you breathe out, the chest falls, the ribs release, the balloon deflates, and we breathe out through the nose. Breathe in, belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out, chest, ribs, belly. Breathe in, belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out, chest, ribs, belly. So you can repeat that little sequence to yourself as much as you need to today. Breathing in, chest, and breathing out. So through the nose, belly, ribs, chest, chest, ribs, belly. Good. And maybe this is all we focus on today. Or perhaps we bring our awareness to different parts of our bodies, allowing them to relax a little bit more for just a few more breaths today. Giving ourselves time to press save on all of your gorgeous work today. Not only finding balance through your body, but finding balance in your life, in your mind, and knowing that however you've done with your practice today, however easy or challenging you found it, was perfect for you and your body today. Maybe taking a few moments to give thanks to your awesome body and all the incredible things that it can do. Every single day our bodies do so much for us. Sometimes we don't even have to think about it. It's just breathing in, breathing out, and feeling that gratitude just filling up your whole body. And when you're ready to come out of your Shavasana today, take a nice deep breath in and slowly find wiggles in your body. Breathing in, breathing out, yawning, stretching, twisting, releasing, whatever you're needing. Maybe it's a slow wake up, maybe it's a quick one. Just letting your body go wherever it needs to go to feel nice today. Maybe it looks yoga-y, maybe it's completely random. It just needs to feel good. And when you're ready to slowly come out of your Shavasana completely, let's turn over towards our right sides today. Make a little pillow for our head with our hands. And as you next breathe in, slowly walk yourself up to seated, beautifully tall. Hands come to heart center in prayer. And when you're ready to open up the eyes, rub those hands together and make them super duper warm. And when they're super hot, let's part them and place them over the eyelids. Allow the heat to blink the eyes open. Part the fingertips to let more light in. And when they've completely adjusted, exhale hands all the way down to heart center in prayer. Thank you very much for joining me for our balance practice today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're anything like me and you feel like you may not have been as good as you sometimes can be, know that, as I've said before, is completely okay. You're more than welcome to come back to this practice at another point that feels nice for you. But as always, eat well, drink well, sleep well, and namaste.